Hey, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about something that touches a lot of people, but not everyone knows how to recognize when a loved one reincarnates. They usually send us some signs. So, how can you tell if your loved one has already come back in new life? When someone we care about is still in the spiritual world, it's pretty common to see them show up in dreams. These dreams bring comfort, remind us of good times we shared, or even deliver clear messages. Usually, in these dreams, they look, sound, and feel just like you remember. But once that soul reincarnates, the way it connects with you in dreams changes. Instead of seeing their old face or life, you might dream about strangers, new places, or situations that don't seem related to the past. Yet somehow, in the dream, you feel a deep emotional bond, that same warmth, love, or care only that person could give. That's because even though their appearance and life situation are different, their spiritual essence carries the same energy. Your subconscious picks up on this vibe during sleep and recognizes it as familiar. Even if the face or name is new, it's like the spirit is saying, I'm here in a new form, but our connection is still alive. When someone we love passes away, we often feel their presence strongly for a while. Maybe a familiar sense suddenly appears, a gentle touch on your shoulder, the feeling that someone's watching over you with love, or even objects mysteriously moving around. These are ways the spirit shows it's still close, supporting you and slowly saying goodbye. But when that spirit reincarnates, these signs usually become rare or even stop altogether. It doesn't mean they stop caring or loving. It just means they're focused on their new physical life now. With a new body and life, their soul is more connected to the material world. So visits to old bonds happen less often. For those left behind, this sudden quiet can feel strange or sad, but in the spiritual world, it's natural. Their mission in that phase is done and a new chapter has begun. It's time to turn your longing into prayer, sending love and light to support their journey in this new stage. Many times, even before we notice clear signs, our heart already senses something's changed. It's like an invisible bond gently loosens. It doesn't hurt immediately, but it feels like a cycle coming to an end. You might notice this in simple moments. When you think about your loved one, the intense sadness softens and turns into a calm acceptance. It's a small but deep shift that doesn't need proof. You just know that their presence isn't as close in the spiritual realm anymore. Spiritually, this happens because the soul is preparing to dive into a new life. The strong, energetic connection starts to fade, making space for the new body and mission waiting on earth. For those who stay behind, it's a call to lovingly let go, understanding that true love doesn't disappear. It just changes and moves on to another chapter. For a lot of people, the clearest sign that a loved one has reincarnated comes through spiritual messages. During a spirit session, automatic writing, or even mediumship, the spirit might reveal, directly or symbolically, that they're about to start, or already have started, a new life here on earth. One of the most touching signs is when a new person appears in your life and suddenly sparks a feeling of affection, trust, and familiarity, even though you've never met before. It could be a child in your family, like a grandkid or a nephew, or someone who just crosses your path unexpectedly, but triggers a quiet recognition, as if your heart says, I know you. This connection might show up through their eyes, gestures similar to your loved ones, or even habits and little quirks that remind you so much of them. Spiritually, it's believed that strong bonds don't break with death. When the soul comes back to earth, it tends to get close again to those it deeply loved. These reunions can happen in surprising ways, not always with close relatives, but sometimes with friends, neighbors, or new people who come into your life with a new purpose. These moments feel like little miracles from fate, reminding us that true love always finds a way to continue, even if it's in a completely different body and life. These messages usually aren't random or simple. They come with subtle clues, like mentions of a new family, where the soul will be born, or personality traits they'll have this time around. Sometimes a medium shares feelings or visions that only make sense to you, like an object, a color, or a special emotion tied to your relationship. Remember, this info isn't always obvious. Often, It's phrases like, I'm moving on to a new path, or my time here is done, and I'm starting a new lesson that feel like confirmation of reincarnation for those who love deeply. Getting messages like this can bring mixed feelings of emotion and longing, but they also bring peace because they show life goes on, and that reunion, in some way, will always be possible. When someone leaves, memories tend to be very vivid. Their voice, smile, sense, conversations, everything feels fresh and full of emotion. Over time, memories settle down, but when that person is reincarnated, this change usually feels more noticeable and a little different. Many people say those memories start to feel farther away, almost like they're fading emotionally. You still remember the moments, but the heavy sadness eases and the strong bond becomes a quiet peace. Spiritually, this happens because the spirit's energy is fully involved in the new life, lessening the direct vibrational exchange with those left behind. This change doesn't mean forgetting or not loving anymore. It's actually a sign that the previous cycle ended, and now both of you are moving forward on your own paths, connected by an invisible bond that never breaks. Even after reincarnation, many believe that love and connection with your loved ones stay alive, and that this energy can show up in little ways in daily life. Signs often pop up when you least expect them, like a bird repeatedly visiting your window, a butterfly landing on you again and again, or flowers blooming on dates that matter to you both. Sometimes there are curious coincidences. Hearing a special song on a day you miss them, finding a long-lost object, or meeting someone who says or does things that remind you a lot of that person. These moments are seen as tiny messages from the universe, showing that even with a new body and life, the spirit's essence still sends love and protection your way. It's like saying, I moved on, but I'm still by your side in a different way. For those paying attention, these signs are precious reminders that true love never fades. It just changes and finds new ways to be present. If you liked today's video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button so you can get notified whenever we post new content. See you soon. Thanks so much.